Meet Dotty. When she was first found, she was just a small, thin dog with a very broken little heart. She was a dog who had clearly been through a lot and had learned that she could not trust anyone. Her story is one of a long journey from fear and loneliness to finally finding out what it feels like to be loved. Dotty had spent her entire life all alone on the streets. She survived day to day by living on whatever scraps of food and bits of garbage she could find. She was an outcast, wandering from village to village, but no one ever stopped to help her. No one ever showed her kindness, and it was clear that no one had ever loved her. She was just a tiny shadow trying to survive, but her little body and her spirit were both failing. Then one day, a kind person heard about this lonely dog and decided they had to find her. They went out searching for her and looked all night long. Finally, they found her, and she was in such a sad state, just as they had been told. She was weak, scared, and injured. They knew they couldn't just leave her there for one more night, so they quickly and gently picked her up and took her home. They hoped they could finally show her what it felt like to be safe and warm. But the moment Dotty got inside this new, strange house, she was absolutely terrified. She was not used to being treated kindly, and the entire situation seemed too strange and too much for her to handle. At first, she wouldn't do anything. She wouldn't eat, she wouldn't drink, and she absolutely would not sleep. She just found the farthest corner of the house, huddled there, and watched her new rescuer with sad, worried eyes. Her rescuer put a bowl of good food in front of her, but she wouldn't even taste it. She was just too scared. Eventually, after many hours, her deep hunger finally got the better of her, and she took one quick, hesitant bite. But just as quickly as she ate it, she immediately returned to her safe corner, still afraid of what might happen next. Her rescuer understood that this healing process was going to take a lot of time and patience. They approached her slowly and tried to gently touch her, just wanting to show her some comfort and gain her trust. But Dotty was hesitant and afraid of every single movement. Her rescuer wanted to prove to her that she was finally safe and that no one would ever hurt her again. So they stayed right by her side, sitting near her corner all night long. Dotty was so scared, so uncertain, and so unused to being inside that she didn't close her eyes for even 1 minute that entire first night. The very next morning, her rescuer took her straight to the veterinarian for a full checkup. The doctor examined her very carefully and soon discovered just how bad her condition truly was. Her fur was loose and unhealthy, and it was clear she was severely malnourished. She was just a little skeleton under all that matted fur. The vet also found that her leg was badly injured, which was the reason she was limping around in so much pain. The vet explained the hard truth to her rescuer. He told them that Dotty would need a lot of time, and it would likely take a lot of money and dedicated care to regain her strength and her health. Her rescuer didn't hesitate for a second. They told the doctor that they didn't care about the money. They just wanted Dotty to get better. They wanted her to regain her strength and her beauty, and that was the only thing that mattered. They promised the vet that they would do everything they could to treat her and make her whole again. That day, Dotty's real healing journey finally began. Her rescuer spent all of their time with her, patiently caring for her every need and trying to make sure she was never scared or hungry again. At first, Dotty just looked at her rescuer with confusion. It was as if she was wondering, why do they care about me so much? Why are they giving me all this care? In return, her rescuer just focused on making her feel safe, happy, and loved, maybe for the very first time in her life. Slowly, day by day, a little miracle happened. Dotty gradually started to give them her trust. She learned that a hand reaching for her meant a gentle pet, not a threat. She learned that she would get soft food in a bowl every day. She started to relax. Weeks later, she was finally stable enough to leave the vet clinic and go back to her foster home to complete her treatment. At home, she continued to get better and better. She started to gain weight, and her sad, tired body began to heal. Day by day, she was regaining her beauty and her strength. Her rescuer loved her, just like she was part of their own family. Her rescuer's job was to get her healthy and ready for a permanent, forever home. And then, that special day finally came. It was the day Dotty was healthy enough and trusting enough to leave and go to her new, permanent family. Her rescuer was so happy and proud of how far she had come. But they were also sad because they knew they would miss her very much. Today, Dotty is living the best days of her life. She is in a wonderful home where she is happy, safe, and active. She finally loves to play and have fun, just like a normal, healthy dog should. She loves eating delicious food, and most of all, she loves her new dog siblings and her new, forever family. If this story touched you, give it a like.